Good morning, my girls. Today we have volume of rectangular prism, pages 364 and 365. So we're completing on the same concept that we started the last time, which is how to find the volume for the solid figure. And today we will explain especially the rectangular prism. Let me remind you with what we took the last time. The last time we said that if I have a solid figure and I want to calculate the volume of it, we have two ways. The first way we can use the cubic unit, which is the small cubes. And these cubes I will count how many I can fill my shape with these cubes. This will be my volume. So let's see, for example, here on this shape, how many cubic units? By the way, to remind you, this is 1 cubic unit. Here, this is 1. So how many do I have in this shape? Can you count? Yes, we can. But before counting, I want you to notice that some of the cubic units here are hidden. Why? Because we have two levels. Here, one layer or level up and one which is down. So the one which is down from inside, it's hidden. Okay, so I can count the one which is up, then add to it the same number because both of them are the same. Let me count how many do we have on the level up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have up 12. So the same number, I have it down, but it's hidden. That's why I cannot see all of them. So also we have down 12. Okay, so 12 plus 12 give me 24. So on this shape I have in all 24 cubic units, so 24 cubic centimeter. This is the volume of the solid figure. This is the first way by using my cubic unit. What about the second way? If you remember, on the second way I told you that I have formula for the volume, which is length multiply by width multiply by height. Do you remember where is the length here? Yes, this part is my length. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiply. Where is the width? Here, this one. 1, 2, 3. Multiply. Where is the height? We said the height from down to up. How many cubes? 1, 2. In the height, so multiply by 2. If you multiply 4 times 3 times 2, you will get 24, also like the first way. 24 what? Don't forget centimeter cubed because it's a volume. So today also we will complete how to calculate the volume, but especially for the rectangular prism or the cube. What means volume? Do you remember? The volume is the space which I have it inside my object, the space that the object can take. And we are using this cubic unit to help me to find the volume of my rectangular prism. So we did this one. Let's remember again what is the formula to get the volume of the prism. Here, okay. The volume equals length times width times height. Here is the length, this side, multiply the width, which is this side, multiply the height, which is from down to up. This one is the same like this one. Any height you can. This is also height. Any one of them can be correct. So you will multiply them, you will get your volume. So if I have a rectangular prism and the 3 dimensions are given, what are the 3 dimensions? Here it is the length, here is the width, here you have the height. How can I get the volume? The volume I can get it by multiplying length times width times height. This formula is our lesson today. Please don't forget it. Keep it in your mind, and every time while you're solving, write for yourself the formula first, then start to solve. So the volume equal the length is 5 the width is 2, the height is 3. Multiply them together, you will get 30. What is our unit? It's a centimeter, but don't forget, for the volume, it must be cubed. So centimeter cubed. So for this rectangular prism, how to get my volume? I will multiply 5 times 2 times 3. The answer will be 30 centimeter cubed. Let's see another type of question. If I give you the rectangular prism and I give you this dimension, which is what? Which is the length. And I give you also this one, which is the width. But the height is missed. I didn't give you the measure of the height. But you have another information, which is the volume. How can I get the height here? By another way, if one of the dimensions is missed and I give you the volume, how can you get this dimension? So if I give you 2 dimensions and the third is missing, how can you find the third one? Let's explain it. Wait, let me erase this one. Yes. Okay. So to find the missed one, the missed dimension, which is here the height, how can I find it? The volume divide by the product of the length and the width. So the volume divided by length multiply width. Okay. The volume is 40. Put it up. The length is 5. The width is 4. So 40 divided by 5 multiply by 4. Okay. So I will get first 5 multiplied by 4. Then I will divide 40 by this number. So it will be 40 divide 4 times 5 is what? 20. 40 divide 20 will give me, yes, 2. So the height is 2 centimeter. The unit of the dimension will be just unit, not squared, not cubed. It's just one dimension, so just centimeter. So let me repeat again. If you have the height missing or any dimension, one dimension is missed, how to find it? You will divide the volume by the product of the other 2 dimensions. So multiply these 2 dimensions, 4 times 5 will give you 20. Then do the volume, which is 40, divide the 20. Will give you 2. This is the missed dimension. And we will explain it also again while doing practice. Let's see how can we practice here. From your book, please try to do with me by your hand, by using your pencil, step by step. Find the volume of each figure. Question number 1. Here they told you use counting to find the volume. It means count this the cubic units. So this is the same as the example that I did with you. Here up in the upper layer, how many do I have? If you count them, you will find that in the upper layer you have 12. So down you have the same 12. So it will give me 24. So you have to write 12 plus 12 equal 24. The unit is what? Inch cube. Question number 2. Use multiplication to find the volume. How can I use the multiplication? It means length multiply width multiply height. So 6 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 will give me 9. 9 multiplied by 6 will give 54. Where is the unit? It's feet, so I should put feet cubed. Any unit for the volume, it must be cubic unit. It means my unit, then put power 3. Now find the volume of the figure. Here they did not tell you which way should you use, because I don't have already the cubic unit, I just have the 3 dimensions, so I will use my formula. The formula tell you what? Volume equals length multiply width multiply by height. The length here in question number 3, it's what? 8 multiply the width is 2 multiply the height is 3. Then 2 times 3 will give me 6. 6 multiplied by 8 equals 48. What is the unit? It's feet cubed. 4 and 5 exactly by the same way. Write the formula for yourself, then start to substitute to get the answer. The next, now find the missing dimension in the figure. How can I find the missing one? Do you remember? Let's see. Question number 6. Here the missing dimension is what? The length I have it, the width I have it, the height is missed. So the height equal volume divided by length multiply by width. Okay. Do I have the volume? Yes, it's 7.5. Divide. Do I have the length? Yes, it's 3. Do I have the width? Yes, it's 5. So the volume divide length multiply width. This is the way to get the height. So 7.5 divide. I will do the multiplication which is down first. 3 times 5 is 15. So 7.5 divide 15. Do you remember how to divide a decimal number by whole number? Let's do it. 7.5 inside, 15 outside, and we will do division. Here the decimal up in the same place. 7 divide 15, can we? No. I will take the 5 with it now. 75 divided by 15 equals what? Yes, 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, 7. Okay, if you don't know that 75 divided 15 is 5, you can make it by try and error. So you can put a number, try, then see, do you want bigger or smaller until you find the answer. So now my answer is 0.5. So the height equal 0.5 meter cubed. No, be careful, not cubed. This is just dimension, not a volume. So the height is 0.5 meter. Let's see the problem solving. A part for a computer measures 2 cm by 3 cm by 5. What means 2 by 3 by 5? It means height by, it means length by width by height. So the length is 2, the width is 3, the height is 5. It's packed into the box shown. So we have a computer inside this box. Use this information for 9 and 10. What is the volume of the empty space in the box after the computer part is packed in it? It means inside this box I will put my computer. Then between the computer and the box there is a space around my computer. I want to know the measure of this space. How can I get it? It means that I have to get the volume of the box, the volume of my computer, subtract them to find the space between them. Okay, let's make it. Volume for the box equals what? Length times width times height. Watch the box. 6 times 4 times 4. So here it is 6 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Then 24 multiplied by 4. 4 times 4, 16. 2 times 4, 8, and 1, 9. So 96. 96 centimeter cubed. Now, let's find the volume for the computer. What is the volume for the computer? It's 2 times 3 times 5. So 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 will give me 30. 30 what? Centimeter cubed. Okay, so now the volume of the space between them, it's what? 96 minus 30. So I will make 96 minus 30 will give me 6. Then 9 minus 3 is 6, so 66 centimeter cubed. This is the volume of the empty space between the computer part and my box. Thanks for listening. I wish that you understood the lesson. Complete the question that you have it in your textbook.